Hi guys and welcome to today's video. I haven't filmed a favourites video in so long and I'm actually going to make today's video a beauty and a style favourites just because I think it's a little bit more interesting, and like my Instagram, my blog and my YouTube I guess has had a bit more style bits on it recently. It's not just beauty, it's a bit of everything now, so hopefully you guys will like that too, especially if you got here because of my like hauls or something like that. But we are going to start with beauty and there's quite a lot to talk about. I kind of lived out of a makeup bag for the whole of August, and kind of the start of September I was very used to it from August and I kind of stuck to that for a little bit, and now towards the end of September to now in October I have kind of been like rediscovering products, been getting excited, like re-excited about products I used to love, discovering new products, and it's been really good fun actually. There isn't like a whole load of makeup, but we'll start with I guess like the makeup-y bits. The first product I've been using lots is the Laura Mercier foundation primer, and actually I used this the whole way through August as well. I just really like it, it's really hydrating. I think it's just a lovely primer for skin under foundation. I don't really have like too much to say about it, it's just great. I don't really think it makes my makeup necessarily last very much longer, but it really makes it look nicer, which is also something I want, so that's great, and I do really like it, and I've already got a new one of these because this one's pretty much finished. Then a product I have kind of discovered very recently, which I think is so clever, which is why I love it, is the Pure, I say Pure, but I think it's Pur. Because someone tell me if it's Pure or Pur, P-U-R. What do they call this? On Point eyeliner in Heartless, which is a black. This is just so clever. I showed this before, but it's got a sharpener in the tip, and then you click it down to raise up the product, and every time you close it, it gets sharpened, so it's just always got the perfect point to it, and I just really like it. It's great if you're going to keep it in your makeup bag because you don't have to keep a sharpener as well. And who the hell has time to look for sharpeners? Like, I always forget where I've kept my sharpener, so that's annoying. So I really like this. It's a good eyeliner as well. I think most eyeliners are good, especially because they're going in your waterline. I feel like naturally they do kind of move a little bit because it's a bit wet on your waterline, but other than that it's a really good product. Then I have been loving, and I've totally rediscovered my beauty blender. It's seen better days because yesterday I tried to wash it, and I tried to wash it on my new, it was so stupid, on my new Real Techniques like washing mat, and I took out like a massive chunk of it, so I'm probably bin it very soon, and it's dirty because I applied my foundation with it today, but it's just such a huge difference. I just think foundation looks so much better when applied with a beauty blender. I apply my foundation, my contour, and sometimes my highlight with this, and my concealer as well with the tip. And I just think it looks so much nicer than applied with a brush, especially because, as I mentioned before, I have dehydrated to dry skin maybe. And I just think like tapping is so much nicer than like rubbing, especially with a brush, which I think can kind of, how do I say it so it doesn't sound too gross? If your skin's dry, it kind of moves around the dead skin a little bit. That is gross, I realise. So with the beauty blender, I just think it's so much nicer. Yeah, the finish is just so much more beautiful than with a brush in my opinion. On my skin, I have been using the Glam Glow masks, Thirsty Mud and Flash Mud mask. These are expensive. I'm not necessarily recommending these. They are great, but they are also like £45 each or something crazy like that. But I do really like them. I know not everyone does, and I don't think they're necessarily like a godsend. They're not going to change your life, but they are nice, and they've been doing a really good job of keeping my skin looking quite healthy as well. So whenever I feel my skin's looking a little bit dull, and now I think in autumn my skin typically does look quite dull, this just kind of is a nice little booster and makes my skin look great. Always great as my skin can look. And also I've been using the Trilogy Certified Organic Rosehip Oil. I love this stuff. This is up there with being one of my favourite skincare products. Full stop. I use this pretty much morning and night. It's probably a bit heavy for most people in the morning, I would say, but where my skin is quite dry and I like a dewier look, this is really beautiful. It's got a funny smell, but it really helps hydrate my skin and generally just make my skin look healthier. So amazing. I'm going to talk about dry skin a lot apparently, but I hate moisturising my body, and someone recently recommended the Nivea In Shower Body Moisturiser, nourishing 24-hour care, soft skin in seconds. So this is basically like a shower. It's an in-shower, it's not a shower gel because it doesn't clean, it moisturises. So you use your shower gel like normal, and then after you go over the top with this, and then you wash this off. So it's really nice and quick. When I've got my conditioner in, I literally just squeeze out a little bit onto my hand, rub it on my arms, rub it on my legs, or my chest, or wherever else I need to rub. Moisturiser And then I genuinely feel like my skin is more hydrated when I get out. I don't enjoy moisturising my body outside of the bath because the problem is that you have to work it into your skin, and I find that really tedious. This is just so much quicker because you don't have to work it into your skin, you just kind of have to cover all of the skin in it, kind of wait a few seconds and then wash it off. Really would recommend this, and I do think I'm going to repurchase this once I finished with it, and it's super cheap as well. Then my favourite candle, and I've got a blog post up about this candle, so I'll link to that below, is the Wanderlust Dream candle by Crabtree and Evelyn. I love that this is designed for the bedroom. I find that sometimes candles can be too overpowering in the bedroom, and this one is just beautiful. It really scents the room nicely as well. For a few days after I've had this for a few days after I've had this lit, I can still smell the scent in the air, which I think is really nice. It's not overpowering though, like even when it's on, I don't think, oh, this is a big scent. Even if you've got a small room, I think this would be fine. I really like it. It's quite a soft scent, and it smells of pink pepper, which I love, elemi, cinnamon leaf and iris. It's really, really stunning. It's not that cheap, it's about the £40 mark, but stunning nonetheless. I guess we'll stay with scents. My favourite perfume, and you can tell things are my favourite when I start to lose the lid, is this YSL one at the moment. I really like this. This is Mon Paris. It's really like girly but still a bit sexy. It's not too like childish. I just love it. I think it's really, really pretty, and it lasts quite well on me. And I've lost the lid. It's in my room somewhere, I'm sure, but I'm just not too sure where. I've had issues sleeping, and the one thing I have found has really helped is the Sleep Plus pillow spray by This Works. You spray it on your pillow. I just find it helps me get to sleep and stay asleep, and maybe it's a placebo, but either way I have been really enjoying it. I find it works, so I'm going with it. New hair tong. I haven't curled my hair for today's video because I don't know, I'm just a bit lazy, and I curl my hair a lot and it gets a bit boring. But I've been loving the GHD Tri-Zone Technology hair tong hair wand. It's a wand. It's slightly flat on one side, so I don't know if you can see that that's a bit wider than it is this way around. I think it offers like a really nice natural wave that lasts all day, and I just really, really like it. I've kind of found a new way to curl my hair as well. I curl it just in 2 parts, so before I used to do 3 parts, and I find that really helps to keep the whole look looking quite natural. But overall, great hair tong, and I really didn't think I was going to love it as much as I do. I have another GHD hair tong which I love, and I thought, oh, I don't know if this one will replace that, but I actually think it probably has. I haven't used that one since I've had this one, and I don't know if I'll go back. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. My other one, I have stepped on it and the tip fell off, so I feel like this one at least has a tip, so it's got that up on it. But yeah, I really like this hair tong, way more than I expected to like it. And that's pretty much the end of my beauty phase. I kind of tried to be quite concise and get through that. But now let's move on to my fashion bits. I have to grab them because there wasn't enough space to keep both here. I'm going to go grab those. Got a few exciting bits to show you, and they're all super affordable, so I'm going to grab and come back. So what I have to show you is actually 3 jackets, 2 bags and a pair of shoes. So we'll start with the shoes because there's only 1 pair of those, and they are the ASOS loafers. I actually really didn't think I was going to get a pair of loafers. I wasn't sure if they were for me, but I've seen everyone wear the Gucci ones. Kind of tempted by the Gucci ones, but I'm not really a designer person. So I'm kind of trying to convince myself to just get the Gucci ones. I'm like, yeah, they'll last long, they're quite a classic style. But I'm like, why would I get 1 pair when I can get like 15 pairs of these? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the Gucci ones, but I'm kind of oohing and ahhing over them. But these are a really nice kind of dupe to them. They're really comfortable. I think they're like £35, £30. They have creased a little bit at the front, but I think that's kind of normal. I assume the Gucci ones would do that, I don't know. Although they're probably like soft leather, so maybe not, I don't know. But I just really like them, and they just work really well, I think, in the autumn. And they're a dressier shoe than I'm used to, because typically I either wear heels or trainers, and yeah, heels are dressy, but they're also not that comfortable. These are great as a flat everyday shoe that isn't a pair of trainers, which looks really casual, which is why I've been loving these. Bag wise, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know which 2 bags I have been loving. The first one is this one from Next. I think it was like £35, It was one of those bags I got a lot of compliments about over the summer, and I think it works from summer through to winter. It's just a really lovely bag. I like this handle because sometimes you just want to be able to hold your bag and not necessarily have it over you. That's still very comfortable. It's surprisingly big. It fits everything in it. It's like really messy at the moment, so I'm not going to show you inside. But yeah, quality wise it's really good. It's really comfy as well, which sounds stupid, but sometimes bags are uncomfortable if the strap is uncomfortable. I've had people ask if it's like designer, so I do think it looks fairly expensive as well. And just generally for a bag, it's, I think, maybe under 30, around the £30 mark. It's just beautiful, and I would highly recommend this bag. But if you're on a really strict budget, Primark, £7. Their JW Anderson dupe, not as beautifully made at all. You can tell like the handle creases a bit more than the other one. I think it was originally folded like that. Yeah, it was. And you can still kind of see that, even though I use it quite a lot. But that said, I still think it's a very nice bag. It fits quite a lot in it as well. It's a great shape. I don't think it looks too cheap. At least at first glance it doesn't. If you look a bit closer, then like I said, you can tell a little bit that it's a bit cheaper, but for £7 it's such a good bag, and I really didn't think I was going to like it quite as much as I do, but I pretty much at the moment alternate between these two bags, and they're perfect. They both fit my Olympus pen, my phone, my portable charger. Not quite an umbrella, but everything else kind of fits in there, which is great. And then I have 3 jackets to talk you through, all kind of different actually, and I'm going to insert pictures of them rather than me trying them on because I'm sitting down, so that's a bit tricky. The first one is from New Look. And I am a massive New Look fan at the moment. I just think they've massively upped their game. Their products are amazing. This I actually got in July, and I thought it was a great jacket for the summer, but then I never really ended up wearing it because it was hot, and I didn't need a jacket. But for this sort of weather, it's the perfect jacket. It's suede, and it's kind of like this mustard colour, and I just think it looks really nice. It's a great copper colour. I actually quite like this with the red bag, and it does kind of look like an autumn leaf, but I still really like it. I don't typically wear colour, and I still find this very easy to wear. I fling it over a pair of jeans with a white t-shirt or a black and white dress, and it just really works, and it adds a pop of colour without being too in your face. And like, how often can you wear yellow? But yeah, I still think this is a really nice colour, and I still think it's very wearable. Then one that I've had for a little bit longer, I think I've had this jacket maybe since last autumn, also from New Look. They probably don't have this one in anymore, but I'm going to link something very similar. Try New Look or Bershka for this, but I will link something similar below. And it's an army print jacket. I actually haven't featured this on my Instagram because it's typically what I wear on an everyday, very casual basis. It's just the perfect, very lightweight shirt jacket. It's a bit stiffer than a shirt. I actually would prefer this if it was a little bit softer. And I just adore it. I love it with like a red lip, and you kind of like dress it up a little bit more. You roll back the sleeves, it looks great over a jumper, over a t-shirt. It dresses like dressy stuff down, but I still think you can dress this up a little bit. I think it's really versatile and you can really play with it. I love this jacket. I do think though that if I'd got like a solid khaki one rather than what am I trying to say? Rather than a camouflage print one, then maybe it would have been more wearable. But I still love this one, and I am also tempted to get a khaki one just because I think that would be also very nice. This one's great though. I have washed it in the hope that it would kind of look a bit older and like a bit softer. It kind of does a little bit, but it's still a tiny bit hard. And then finally, you guys have definitely seen this on my Instagram if you follow me there, or in my last Primark haul, is this Primark number. This was £17 from Primark, and it's the Prince of Wales check blazer that they have in stock. I initially wasn't sure about this blazer. It doesn't look like the most expensive one. It has pre-rolled up sleeves, which I don't think is great. I could probably unpick this, but who has that sort of time? I kept it to the side, oohing and ahhing as to whether I was going to return it, and I ordered like a few off ASOS thinking, yeah, like these are going to be so much more beautiful. It was like £75, and I was like, yeah, it's a bit expensive, but I'm just gonna invest in it. It's gonna be great. And then it arrived, and it was shit. Like, it was so oversized, so boxy. It was just not a good look. I ended up keeping this one, and I'm so much happier with this. It was £17. The other one was 75. That's like a huge difference. It really has served its purpose. I really like it. Again, perfect for this time of year. I'm probably going to wear it in the winter under like a coat, and I still think it'll look great. Yeah, and that's my final favourite. So that's the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like this video if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'm going to link like my Instagram, my blog, my Twitter all down below, so head over there and follow me there too. And I shall see you all hopefully in a couple of days for, I think, a massive haul, which I'm hoping to film today as well. So I'll see you then. Bye.